Welcome back to the sinking city. Last time we did our first investigation, we figured out what happened to, oh, what's his name? We figured out what happened to Albert Throgmorton. And now we gotta go take care of Lewis Flynn. So, let's get it. Dang, man.
No, please, no. Don't shoot me, mister.
Let's go with the handgun.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down.
That's bold coming from a fish man.
But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation.
Sounds about right.
Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed. Don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest. Have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
That sounds vaguely inappropriate.
Turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed. Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
All right, so let's check this out. Yeah, sure enough. You know what? The guy clearly did it. You gonna let a blood feud get in the way, man? That's your problem, not mine.
You want a drink?
Okay, let's go see Captain Cranky Pants over here.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Well, you've been standing there all day, so clearly you do.
And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them.
We didn't shoot them, though,
possible.
so there's that.
And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true.
But it is,
No,
bro.
No. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender.
Do the
Seems
crime,
like
you gotta
had
pay-
a
you gotta do
bone
the
to pick
time.
with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
Let's go with this first.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader,
Professor Doe.
told them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Oh, I'm sure.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Well, I am now.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
Hey, bro, I'll
Sorry,
speak to you
Mr.
however I want.
I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man.
You're apparently not.
Funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Cool. All right. So let's see. Can we get... We have 2 knowledge points. Oh, so I guess every 1,000 experience you get a knowledge point? Sets traps twice as quickly. Oh, cool. 100% damage increase on traps? Whoops, I didn't mean to switch pages. What does this do? Carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material. Earn more experience and stay sane for slightly longer. Let's do that. There, let's do that. We'll go with the experience first so we can stock up on knowledge points. Because if you get the way I'm looking at it is if you do the investment up front with your knowledge points, you're going to get that bonus throughout the game. So I feel like that's probably the better option. Okay, so where are we going? We want to zoom out. Ooh, we got an asylum. Okay, there's the Throgmorton place. Okay, so I'm assuming that we're going to go up through here now. Oh, let's go see. Yeah, those bumbling idiots are out of the way now. Oh, cutscene time? Or is it a load zone? Oh, cutscene. Oh no, temporary insanity. That's gotta hurt. Oh no! Good sir, I do believe you've been eaten by a spoopy tentacle monster. Okay, Lost at Sea. Robert Throgmorton funded the expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore this the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. Get it. Where are we? We got a costume? Okay, diary. Okay, so there's no scroll. My diary, part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops, only remember the screams and the metal cracking, water filling the deck, and my headache, the worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad, babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real. What? Oh, okay, I get what they're trying to say there. It's just worded weird. But my memories are true. My strange powers, gained after that ordeal, prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Okay, so where are we? Oh, it just zipped us from here all the way to here. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream.
Never again, they say.
Okay, a plea for help. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and am beyond saving, but 7 books must be saved at any cost. What 7 books? Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, and it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Way to go, bro. You screwed up. You screwed up. You failed.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Soothes all ailments. Add to any spirits or tonic. Devilfish and Sons Pharmacy Company. Oh, cool. I like how the shirt got smaller with the unburdened newcomer. If you look, well, actually, his torso goes up a little bit, and it's kind of funny. Okay, so he's going to leave his backpack here, so he would be the unburdened newcomer. That's a little too formal for me. That's a little not formal enough. Daywear. I want the Plague Doctor suit. Or the cultist suit. That would be hilarious. Is that apron made of skin? Unlocked by DLC? Come on, that's so lame. Learn all about the wild beasts in the field research case. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep our eyes out for that. Oh, and those just unlock by story progress. I love how between these two outfits, the length of the main character's face changes. That's actually hilarious. Like, do they not use the same model? Like, the face on that one kind of looks like a discount or like Wish.com version of Sylvester Stallone. There we go. We're all set. Ooh. Oh, we just looked at that. Man, does nobody clean these places? It's like every game, the bathroom's like the most absolutely filthy place. Why is there a candle in the mirror? Oh, wait, no, that's the light back there. Like, does nobody clean? That's so gross. All right, a first aid kit and antipsychotics. I don't know what those do, but... Raids on Innsmouthers. The number of attacks on the Innsmouth immigrants has increased. Raids are intensifying with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Man, that's messed up. Police are on the case with several illegal Innsmouther businesses captured and their owners sent to jail. This city ought to have been cleaned of these fish-faced scum not long ago. said Robert Throgmorton, head of the Throgmorton Grand family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be here with us. Okay, so he's on a rampage now, and it looks like the Innsmouth people got messed up. Okay, so this is from the guy we met at the beginning of the game. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Okay, so it was Creepy Mr. Man.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Talking with locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queerest yet. And for anybody who's wondering if you've never heard that term before, it just means different. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place of the city, and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Advent on Forefather Street between Elog Street and Windhalf Avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. So that would be in Advent. Where is that? So we have, it would be over here somewhere. Okay, so we'll put a thing there. Home in the ruins. Local women were talking about a ruined house in central Coverside, near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghosts of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in the house, settle in those ruins, have gone mad. Okay, so between near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing and Kingsport. So that is... that would be somewhere here. Okay, you can have multiple markers. That's good. Oh, whoops. All right. Hey, we got 2 pistol rounds. Good stuff. The Hidden Book. It took a lot of effort to track down this book after being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum. It was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I like how they capitalized the flood. It's almost like it's a religious event for them. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tome may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights, where the surgeon worked, has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road between Innsmouth and Oak. Okay. That was... Western Reed Heights. It's on Bourbon between Innsmouth and Oak. So that would be on Bourbon between Innsmouth and Oak. Yeah. Okay, so anything you want to see in the game from just stuff that you find all over the place, you find them in under notes in the lore. The nightmares. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men. The Yellow King's gang. Interesting. They can't get here now. Now there's only me. Me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. The Tome of the Mayor. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern part of Whisper Street. There are where meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay, because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go mad, that they go and drown in the ocean. That's different. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Why would it sink? Those who saw it touch the shore, or those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. Okay, so that was the southern part of Whisper Street. In the eastern part of Grimhaven Bay. What's the southern part of Whisper Street? I'm assuming it's just this area here because there's boats. Okay, so let's swap these other markers out. I can't quite see in there. Okay, that's that one. And then this is between... It's on Bourbon between Oak and Innsmouth. So did we get all of them? Yeah, there's 4. Bewitched Tome. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Interesting. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion and Museum. Could the book still be hidden there? So we're going to look at the east part of Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion and Museum. Whoops. So we got Communion and Museum. Somewhere north of the intersection. Okay, so we'll put it at the intersection. Oh, okay, so this street just runs down. Gotcha. Waiting book. Building the church was his redemption day. What? Oh, okay, never mind. I was reading that wrong. Building the church was his redemption. Day after day, he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. That's an interesting name for a harbor, especially considering this place dealt with a flood. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found him hanged on the bell ropes. But the book was still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in Central Salvation Harbor on the Old Church Road between Seven Oaks and Windheim. Still, that's not worded right. His house is in Central Salvation Harbor on the Old Church Road between Seven Oaks Street and Windheim Street. Should be a period there. Still has a bad fame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. Okay, so we're going to look at Old Church between Seven Oaks and Windheim. There's Windheim and Seven Oaks. So it's on Old Church. Yeah, between Seven Oaks and Windheim. We'll pop that there. Let's see, do we got anything else here? I doubt it. I feel like we were pretty thorough here. What's with the sigils on the floor, dude? I had a dream so real it still makes my hands shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. Man, that's an interesting depiction. Interesting visual, like mental image. And then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel at the park in Western Old Grove near Century and Beacon. But where could the book be? Okay, so let's go. We're going to put up marker. So it's in West Old Grove near Century and Beacon. Okay, so let's find that on the map. Western Old Grove would be the western part of Old Grove. Oh, let me guess. Is that like an amusement park? Near Century and Beacon. Okay, so we'll put a marker there. All right, anything else? That was quite the info dump. Wow. Man, this guy went full on. So I guess those are the different quests we can go look at. Yeah, it would appear that those would be the different quests we have throughout this part of the game. I don't know if that's the whole game or if that's just part of it or what, but seems like a lot. But either way, we are going to call it a day here for now. And next time, I guess we'll run around, start looking for stuff. It's interesting. Let me see. Can we... Huh. Okay, so I guess we have to have like a first aid kit to restore our health. But either way, next time we will figure out which of our new quests we just got we can start going to figure out and see what we can find and what we get for it. So, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like these, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until next time, thanks for watching.